All right, welcome back, everybody. So, unfortunately, we had even more tech issues. And as you can see, the cameras are off, but they are no longer showing things that shouldn't be shown online. So, we're just going to start the stream or start the YouTube video from here. And you all didn't miss very much who didn't see it live. We basically just got Ronya home on a horse, and I'm sure the stuff that she saw will come up later. All right, continue. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, I was just asking my parents if they had any idea what was going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and your dad is, he's just shaking his head. And no, we assumed it was just a power outage, but it seems like maybe it's more than a power outage, and there's no, because he pulled out his phone, as everyone so far has done, like, my phone isn't working, and maybe it's a terrorist attack. Maybe there's someone shot off an EMP. I don't really know how EMPs work. Do you know how you go to that fancy school. Do you know how they work?
I was thinking the same thing, but then, for example, have you guys tried to use our gas stove? We couldn't even get it to work with a match, so an EMP wouldn't stop something mechanical like that from working.
That's probably true. We didn't try, actually. We just sort of assumed everything wasn't working. I didn't really think about it being different.
Yeah, well, I remember we used to just light our gas stove with a match when the power went out, so that should have done the trick.
Yeah, you're right. So,
well, have you guys talked to anyone else? Have you talked to any neighbors or anything? Does anybody have any ideas?
No, everybody's just as confused. We don't get the news. There's no way to know what's happening out there.
Okay, and then
anyone.
this is gonna sound really, really weird, but do you guys feel different?
I don't know what you mean.
Does your skin feel kind of tingly or anything?
I don't
Okay.
think so. No? And your mom
It
kind of
doesn't?
shakes her head. No? It's
Okay, I'm gonna
fine.
show you something, but please don't freak out. I freaked out, but just watch this. And I don't know. I guess because I know I did it once, I put my phone on the ground again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to levitate it again to show them.
Okay. And this time it just works. When you try to levitate it, it just rises. You have a phone in the air in front of you. And your mom is just looking at you in complete confusion. She's kind of not broken, but kind of just disassociating right this moment.
Okay.
And your dad goes over to your phone and starts putting his hand around it, what, did you learn tricks? I don't understand. He's trying to find the wire,
Yeah. And just randomly this morning, since whatever happened last night, I could suddenly do this, and I couldn't before. And I'm not the only one.
Is that school of yours teaching you witchcraft?
Dad, that's not a thing. Stop being silly.
He looks just maybe a tiny bit serious. He's a little...
Um, but it's just like I don't know. I don't know what to think of it either. I wouldn't believe it if I couldn't actually do it, guys. Like I'm consciously doing this. This is I don't know how it works, but it is. And like if you think it's a trick, show me something else to lift. I'll try. Like a spoon. It has to be little. Um,
Okay, he has his phone still in his hand, and well, I guess you're good at phones. Here, and he puts it on the couch.
okay, I try the same thing.
Okay. Um, yeah, you lift it.
Okay, can I like direct it back to him and like put it back in his hand?
Roll a d20 to see
Okay.
how well you can control it. You can kind of manage. Like it's wavers and it kind of falls a little bit short, but the gist of it is it gets towards him, and he
Okay.
manages to kind of scoop it up as it's falling,
Okay. Um,
and
and
he's
so,
kind of comes over and puts his arm around your shoulders. What do you think is
yeah.
happening, honey?
Well, I mean, think about it. It doesn't make any sense that things like, a car or a gas stove or our charged phones or all those things would all go out anyway. I mean, there's clearly weird stuff. This is weird. None of it makes any sense. And the only person I've talked to who seems to have some idea to know what's going on is this guy that came to our school, uh, who's a member. What's the name of the family again?
Walker.
Yeah, his name's Leo Walker. He's part of the family that founded the school. Anyway, he says he knows what's going on, and he says he can tell me more. And I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that I'm planning to go talk to him about it.
Okay. What do you know about this man other than that he's a
Well,
walker?
well, he also apparently can do weird things. Like he couldn't levitate a phone, but he could apparently make himself invisible to some people.
Hmm.
Like I know it's crazy, but everything's crazy right now, and I just at this point I don't know what to believe. But he's the only one who seems to have some answers, and he seems to want our help because me and some other kids from school have these powers, I guess. I mean, we're able to lift things like this, and so he wants us to go and help him, and he'll tell us what's going on. And I just want to let you guys know so you don't worry. Um, but yeah.
Okay. Well, we have raised you to be a resourceful young woman, so do what you think you need to do. But be careful and
Hmm.
be wary of this man. Uh, If you don't know anything about him,
Oh, we're definitely gonna be careful.
who's
Um,
we anyway?
oh, there's some other kids from school. I don't actually know them that well, but apparently they also, I don't know, seem special somehow. But there's this kid named Rusty who lives at school,
Mm-hmm.
and Pew. I think I told you the other day she was that girl that talked to me about makeup tips or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And another kid named David. They're all kids from school, so there aren't really any bad kids at our school, I don't think. So
Well, there
they
better
should be
not be.
trustworthy. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna run up to my room and grab some stuff. And I know the post office probably isn't working, but like, I should be able to maybe get messages to you guys through like if I have your address and maybe I can get someone to give them to you.
Okay. Are you leaving town?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I mean, like, just in case things get complicated and we don't know how to reach each other.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go pack some stuff.
If you do leave town, let us know.
Oh, of course, guys. I wouldn't just run off.
Okay. Yeah, stay in touch.
Yes, I will.
All right. Take care of yourself. He gives you another hug.
So I hug them both and I run up to my room and grab a backpack and fill it with some like things.
What sort of things? This is your
I'd like,
inventory now.
uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna put at least some clothes, some clothes that don't take up too much room but could
Mm-hmm.
be useful. And, some basic toiletries and stuff. And what would I take if I could just take a few things?
You have a backpack.
I do. Um, Probably some like musical accessories, like some guitar picks and maybe some. Oh, I definitely take a bunch of notebooks and pens and pencils and stuff.
Okay.
And let's see. Hmm, couple books. I don't know. What books would you take at a time like this either? Can I think about that while you're
Yeah, we'll,
doing
we'll
what Stu's
switch over
doing?
to Rusty and see what Rusty's been doing
All right.
while you're packing.
Okay.
Okay. So Rusty, everybody left. You're not alone on
Yep.
campus, but alone of your little group.
Yeah. So after all the events last night, and then through the morning, I'm feeling a little dirty. So I go, especially from leaving the stables, because it smells like horse there,
Uh-huh.
and that's just a thing. But so I'm gonna head back to the dorms, and the whole time, since I know that there's like faculty spread out around school, I'm going to start, keeping an eye out for a handful of people,
Okay.
specifically like the debate coaches, and yeah, I guess that's it for now. Just keeping an eye out for them.
Okay.
But I'm going to head back to the dorms, and if I don't see them, I'm going to go to the dorms. I'm going to know that if I go to take a shower, it's probably freezing cold,
Yeah.
and that'll suck.
Yeah.
But I want to clean up a little bit, change some clothes out of whatever I was wearing from the party the night before, which is probably uncomfortable. And
Yeah, how much
yeah,
you
and
dress
then
up for
grab,
that party doesn't matter.
yeah, a little bit. I
Okay.
mean, guy clothes are a lot more comfortable than ladies' clothes. But yeah, so and then just grab um, like in my room, change into like casual clothes, like the sort of stuff you'd wear around campus when you don't have to be in uniform on the weekend.
Okay.
And then if the weather's looking crappy out, I'll grab a jacket.
It's
In
not
fact, I'll grab one
looking,
either way.
yeah, it's not looking super crappy, but it's a little overcast. But for April, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and then in my room, I'll grab any library books I have
Okay.
and put them in my bag and grab like a water bottle, and then head back towards the main buildings on campus. And I think first, yeah, I'll just go to the library
Okay.
and see if there's anyone there. I don't know if they'll have like people there. If not, I'll just drop books off.
Okay. I just realized if I go to the game view, I'm gonna have the same problem with Skype stuff. Because I was gonna show you a map of the campus, because you wanted a map of the campus. So, yeah, maybe I'll wait. We'll show you a map of the campus in a little bit, and when we take a break, I'm just gonna go offline for a minute and fix it, so that we don't have any names showing and stuff. All right. So, yeah, so as you're going, like, on your way to the dorms, you didn't see the people you were looking for at all. You saw a number of faculty members that you recognized, and a lot of them kind of hailed you and made sure that you were okay, the way that they do. And, you're like, yeah, talk to people, whatever. And so they let you go. They're not holding you by any means, but they're checking in on you, and you get checked in on a number of times. And when you get back to the dorms, you find that since you've left, they've actually managed to bring in some faculty members, like, to keep an eye on things. And in fact, there was the house, like, there's two people in charge of the dorms. There's like the house matron and the house man, whatever they call. What do they call?
Patron.
Maybe.
You mean like
Like when they're kids and they've got someone that's like in charge of them. Anyway, whatever for the boys' side. Like, they were both there. They were both in the area, but they were like putting out fires, not literally, but figuratively. And so you hadn't run into, because they were the only two last night. So that's why you hadn't run into them at all. But now they've like sort of established a perimeter, if you will, and they're checking in with everybody as they come and go from the dorms to like make sure that they have, an account of who's there, who's missing, etc. So they kind of stop you and quiz you about who you've seen, how you've been, what's happening, etc.
While that's going on, I asked them if there's any specific plans. Like, are we going to be required to like do anything in particular, or be somewhere, or is there going to be a meeting or anything like that?
Okay. And the one that you're talking to, who is in charge of your section, says no, I don't, not as far as I know right now. Right now, we're just sort of taking roll. If this continues, we'll want to get everybody together, but we're hoping whatever it is will resolve itself over the weekend. A lot of people were gone for the weekend. They flew home or whatever. So it's a limited number of people here right now. But if this continues through tomorrow, then we'll definitely all get together and make sure that we all have some sort of plan and strategy forward. But for now, I just want to make sure you're all right.
Okay.
And don't leave campus without approval, because you're our responsibility.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, having heard that, I definitely think about the places I want to go outside of campus.
Sure.
But no, yeah, I head back towards the main buildings on campus, and yeah, kind of like just go to the library, drop stuff off. If there's a librarian there, is there, or is it like all
there's
closed up? It is the
somebody
weekend.
who's keeping an eye on things. It's maybe not someone who usually works in the library, but just keeping an eye out.
I just drop books off then.
Okay.
And then I head
out of you.
towards the classroom or office of the debate coach.
Okay.
To go take a look for them.
Mm-hmm. And you actually have a couple of debate coaches, but they share an office, so somebody's ringing. So you get to the office, and like many offices, it is locked shut. It doesn't seem to have been opened at this point, but like kind of just across from it is one of the sort of teacher lounges, and they've kind of broken a window and managed to get into that because it had window doors. And you can see through the window that one of your coaches is in that lounge.
So did they open the door up, or are the doors closed?
The door's, it's propped open.
Okay. So I go in.
Okay.
And
what's your debate coach's name?
oh
I'm
gosh.
gonna make you name somebody because I hate naming.
Oh gosh. That's gonna be Miss Nunez.
Miss Nunez. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so Miss Nunez sees you, and she's been just sort of sitting, and she gets up.
Are there other?
Yeah, there's
people
a few
around?
other teachers in there, and they're all talking amongst themselves, but they go quiet when you come in.
Hey, Miss Nunez, could we chat for a minute?
Of course, of course.
And like step aside.
Mm-hmm. Yes, how are you? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Things are a little crazy, but
Yes.
even up through the other day, we've been really busy getting ready for the end of the debate season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've been working on those resolutions really hard, but some things come up. Um,
Okay.
one of the walkers has asked me to join a special project with some other students. I think it's going to interfere.
The Walkers, as in the Walker family?
Yeah,
Okay. I didn't
and I don't
know
know
any
much
were in
about
close
them.
contact with the school at this point.
I didn't know who they were at all either, but until this morning. But yeah, so my worry, especially with all this craziness going on, I don't know how long it'll last, but I think I won't be able to uh, do both simultaneously,
Are
sadly.
you saying you're not going to be debating?
I think so. Um,
Um,
is
she
is
kind
what
of
it
looks
seems
around a
like.
little bit, and make sure that nobody's around. Um, you are aware that your scholarship is contingent upon your being on this team and performing.
Yeah. Um, I don't know what how we would if this whole thing continues with no power and whatnot, but I'm not sure that we could. I mean, that the competitions would even happen.
Of
But that
course.
said,
But, I
the
mean,
whole
there's no
reason.
reason to assume it won't resolve itself shortly.
uh sure.
Is there?
um
Do you know something I don't know?
so well, interesting thing. Leo Walker did not seem to think it would resolve itself soon. But
Hmm.
also,
Does he know what's
you,
happening?
I think he's got an idea,
All right.
but he's got a project for some of us students, and I feel like uh, since he of all people is the one asking, that I may not need to worry about my scholarship status if I'm working on a project for him, if that becomes an issue. But my main thing I wanted to talk to you about was that I wouldn't possibly won't be able to continue at least preparing, and I wouldn't be able to do a good job if I'm not prepared for competitions coming up in a few weeks.
Rusty, if I may call you Rusty. You are a shining light on this debate team. You know that, correct?
I I mean, I try hard as everybody else and work
You
my butt off.
you do, and that is known. We see that, we acknowledge it, perhaps not as often to you as we should, but among ourselves as coaches. I understand that you have a special project that you clearly aren't at liberty to talk about. And I wish you all the best with that project.
And I feel bad because I don't want to leave the rest of the team high and dry, especially for the pairs team stuff we were getting ready for, because that's unfair to them. But I feel like this is something I've got to go do. So,
All right.
and I'll make sure that they clear it with everyone, so I'm not just running off.
I don't think you're one to just run off. I have gotten to know you a little bit over the years. I am willing to make you a deal.
What's that?
You pursue this project and do what you need to do. Practice if you can. I know that things may or may not improve in the near future. If they do, then we will find a way to move forward without you until you get back or finish working on this project. And as soon as you do, I want you back in my team.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I don't know. I've got to find out more soon, but yeah, I don't fully know yet what'll be involved. So we'll see.
All right.
But yeah, and I know that, you know, I work hard mainly because it's my ticket in here, but I
Well,
also
I hope you also have
rather,
a passion for this.
Yeah, but among other things, so yeah, but yeah, I'll definitely be back in it as soon as I can.
All right. Then you have my blessing, but do you get, I don't know, I don't even know what paperwork we can manage at this point. Some form of paperwork into the office.
Yeah,
So that
I'll
they
be-
don't just decide to get rid of your scholarship. Because I would be very upset if you were no longer with us.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get that figured out before I go off and do anything too crazy.
All right. I know there are a couple staff members in the office that should be able to help you.
All right,
All right. Take care of yourself.
you too.
Thank you. We'll do our best.
Yep. And I leave, and I try to go find that poor shocked administrator that had took us to go meet with our Walker friend earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If she's still around, I'll probably just go right to where I saw her sitting last.
Okay. She's
And
not
then if not,
sitting there anymore.
I'll go check, because she was an administrator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go check the offices or wherever I think she would be
Okay.
from prior experience. Kind of just, yeah.
Okay. And you find that sort of in the administration area of the building, there are a number of people looking, for the most part, a little harried, including the one who brought you to Leo.
Okay.
Who's
So I go
kind of running
see if I
around. She
can-
doesn't notice you.
See if I can get her attention and pull her aside. And I can't remember her name. She had a name.
Should have a name. I don't know that I wrote it down either. Let me check. I wrote a bunch of names down, but I don't think I wrote that one down. No, I didn't. We'll say she's, I know it's not the same, but I have zero memory of what she is. We'll say she's Miss Keys.
Okay. Excuse me, Miss Keys.
Yes, how can I help? Oh, Mr. Riordan. Hello.
Hey, so, you know, you had us go talk to Mr. Walker earlier. And you got to hear what
Yes.
all he had to say.
Yes.
I just spoke with Miss Nunez about my situation with the debate team and the scholarship and this project, and didn't know if we needed to have anything written up or have Mr. Walker take care of anything before I left for his project.
Oh, you're taking him up on it. It didn't sound like you were going to.
Well, it seems like an opportunity that might be mutually beneficial. So a little scary, but
Yes, your children.
Also-
I don't think this was an appropriate thing to be asking of you.
well, it wouldn't be well, okay. I know I'm not maybe the typical student, but it won't be the first time I'm in a dangerous situation. So
I'm sorry to hear that. So, you want the school's permission for you to go?
pretty much. I mean, they're super rich people up on the hill, so I figure they can like wave their hands and then like it doesn't matter. I don't know how it works.
Not quite like that, but sometimes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know exactly what we have to do, but um,
And you mentioned you're a scholarship student.
yeah.
All right. I can't access your paperwork right now, but I will make note. Perhaps someone to speak with Leo personally, rather than going through you. So you're concerned that your scholarship and admission will be revoked if you leave?
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried that it would, yeah, going on this special project that the founding family guy wants us to do would, cause me to have an administrative issue. So I want to kind of smooth that over before I run off.
I suppose project
Maybe.
is one way to put it. Yes, we can certainly do our best to arrange that. You can essentially take a leave of absence. It is nearly the end of the school year, so if you're gone for long, you'd have to take incompletes in your courses. But assuming that this is considered viable, we can certainly work with you over the summer to get those finished.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
All right. All right. So she takes you over and doesn't find any paperwork, but writes some stuff down and has you sort of sign it and write your own statement and so forth about what's happening. And eventually you finish with that, and you're not currently a student,
Sure.
or you're not
All right.
an active student
Cool.
until you get back.
Sweet. So I'm going to go to now that I've got like 2 stops done. Let's see, what else was I going to do? Oh, I was going to go back and check on those practice rooms that we tried to break into the other night that we checked in on earlier in the day.
Okay. While you're doing that, we're going to go back to Ronya. What did you pack?
Well, I packed just a couple of spare sets of clothes. I changed into something just sort of practical. So like some kind of, I've got some like canvas cargo pants or something, and like, just a more practical outfit. And like Doc Martens. So they'll last me for a while if I need them. And yeah, so toiletries, clothes, guitar picks and stuff, bunch of notebooks and school supplies. And then just kind of rifling through the house for things like candles and matches, a first aid, like a travel first aid kit, and like some painkillers and stuff if I need them. I've grabbed some snacks and like some couple Tupperwares with like cheese and stuff, and got my trusty Nalgene bottle, and a little photo album, and like a Leatherman tool or something that has a bunch of, flip out tools in it. Should be good.
Okay.
Nothing too heavy because I'm not really good at carrying big old heavy things around.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll just grab those things and I can head back. And because I really want to know also what's going on with those buildings, but I don't really want to go check them out by myself. So I kind of want to get back to everybody and tell them about the buildings and maybe go see Leo as soon as possible so we can figure out what's going on.
Okay. So where are you going back to?
Back to campus first of all, because I'd rather not go do stuff by myself. I want to get back together with the other people who were approached by Leo.
Okay. So you start heading back towards campus, which will take a minute. So we'll go back to Rusty and his errands. All right.
Yeah,
so what are you doing now?
So I go back to the music rooms just to see if they got access to the practice rooms yet.
Okay. And the doors are still shut. Doesn't look like anyone's really worked on them.
So the room that we went to the night before, I tried to jimmy the lock open just to see
Okay.
if I can, kind of.
Roll a d20. Okay. You actually, you've got maybe a little history in working with locks, and you managed to open it. It's kind of broken, but it's open. The door swings open.
Sweet. I look for a guitar in there.
Okay, you find a guitar in there.
Is it a guitar?
You
Is there
actually
one guitar?
find 3 guitars in that room.
Cool. Are they labeled at all for who might own them?
Not in a way that you recognize.
Cool. Well, I since I don't want to go carrying 3 guitars around, I just close the door, and even if the lock's busted, I'm just like, all right, well, I can get back in and then take off. And kind of now I'm sort of milling about until I meet up with everybody again. I think.
Okay.
Because I kind of want to go, but I don't want to like go without everyone else.
Okay.
So then, yeah,
So,
I might go back and just like pack things, I guess.
okay, you can think about what you're packing. While you're packing, Pew comes back and comes to your room, and she's dressed pretty darkly. She's still trying to emulate Leo's look. And she's ready to go. I'm not going to try to role play her, but she's there.
All
David,
right.
on the other hand, doesn't come back. And Ronia, by the time you get back to the dorms, there's still no David. But you come back and you find Rusty, in the dorms. And
Okay.
and it's
Did you
getting
guys?
on to be. It's pretty like it's early evening at this point because it was kind of a long ride.
Mhm. Did you guys want to go talk to that guy?
Yeah, we could. Did either of you hear from David yet?
I mean, I haven't seen him. I don't know how else we'd hear from him. Did you know if he was coming? He seemed really pretty skeptical yesterday, or this morning.
This morning.
This morning, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really want to go up there, but I kind of didn't want to just leave you all behind.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to go together. I just don't know if he's coming and if how we're gonna know if he is or not, since we can't like text him or anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we maybe wait and try again in the morning? Maybe he'll be there by then.
Yeah, I mean, we could just crash here again and see if he shows up by the morning, and then head out fresh.
Yeah, then we
If
won't
he's
get
not here.
stuck out at night too. It's probably a better idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, can I maybe borrow a blanket again and crash out on the couch then?
Yeah. And I just grab stuff, and I think there's probably spare linens about because it's a bunch of rich kids. And
Finding
yeah,
linens is not hard.
yeah, and we just we push couches around and just make like a little not quite a fort because we're not like draping sheets everywhere, but we make like a little area in the lounge.
Okay.
And then when I'm packing, I don't have like a ton of stuff to choose from because it's just like the stuff in my room. So just like I change into comfortable clothes. That'll be good for being outside. Make sure I've got like a rain jacket with me, and then just like an extra lighter because I'm the sort of kid that's gonna always have one. I grab my cell phone charger because I'm still carrying my cell phone out of habit, and I'm like maybe stuff will start working again. Stick it in my bag. I grab some snacks and some drinks that I've hoarded in my room over the time, and then just a few little things here and there, like small personal items that I would keep with me, and then the like extra clothes and the other stuff I just don't care about.
Okay. All right. And you all
And then yeah, so
bed down for the night, and people are kind of roaming around. Most people who are still in town have made it back to the dorms, and they're doing their thing. But
and
it's
then
pretty normal
The only thing I do aside from, social passing the time before we go to bed is look out the windows here and there to see if like I see any of the stuff David was talking about from the night before.
Okay. Roll.
Oh, and
Yeah.
oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say roll a d20. See what you see.
Ooh, Ooh, that's bad.
You see darkness. It's still really dark. There's no lights.
I mentioned, by the way, what I saw about the weird building tops on the
Oh.
way. So, would those be visible from the school earlier in the day, like when it was still light?
Not really. It's kind of surrounded by forest.
Okay. So yeah. By the way, Rusty and Pew, when I was on the way back to my parents' house. Oh, by the way, I brought the horse back and put it back in the stable and everything. But yeah, the buildings downtown looked really, really, really strange. Like, I mean, they looked sort of pointy, and I don't just mean like the Smith Tower. I mean like the ones that shouldn't be pointy were pointy, and just it. I didn't think we heard a lot of big, huge scale damage or anything the other day, but it looked really strange. We should probably ask Leo about that too.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. So you guys go to bed, and the night passes pretty uneventfully, actually. There's the occasional person come in, saying hi, whatever, but nothing crazy happens. There's still that tingly feeling. It hasn't gone away.
At some point, I go down to raid the kitchen for more food and beverages.
Okay.
Has it been fully cleaned out yet? I don't know how well stocked
It's getting
it was.
pretty close. Like, it was pretty well stocked, but you're not the only one hoarding right now. People are kind of like, all the, sort of easy snack food has kind of been collected up. And
Let the record show my hoarding was not new. I hoarded all the time.
yes, well, they're newly hoarded. So yeah, it's not cleared out by any means, but it's definitely
Yeah, I just make sure I've got a
looking pretty
couple
sparse.
bottles of water to take with specifically, and then
Yeah, you
some
managed to
just
find
miscellaneous
enough to get by for sure, but it's not as full as you're used to seeing it. Okay, and morning comes. There's still no David.
I was hoping to wait it for him, but I'm just getting really, really antsy. I don't know what's going on. It's freaking me out. He had the same map we did. Should we just head out and go there, and he can show up later if he wants?
Yeah, and then I take just a piece of paper and I write down real fast like, David, we took off since we didn't see you, meet you there, and just stick it to my door.
Okay.
So I'm vague and not giving anyone else info because he would know what it meant. But yeah. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Okay. So you guys grab your bags of stuff and head towards the Walker house, which is...
Are we walking or taking horses?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
How far was it? It didn't sound like it was
pretty
very
close.
far.
Okay, if it's pretty close.
It's just
we're
like
good.
I
a
would
few
say
blocks.
let's just walk. Yeah.
Okay. So you get to the gates, and there are faculty members posted at the gates. And as you're about to leave, they say, wait. We're not letting students out right now for security reasons.
Leo Walker personally asked us to come. A faculty member was with us when he asked. She can vouch for us.
Leo Walker?
Yeah, it was Miss Keys. She was with us when we talked to Mr. Walker yesterday.
I didn't
And
know
he asked us to go
Leo
visit
Walker
his
was
estate.
in the country.
He was in the school yesterday and talked to us.
All right, come with me. And he heads back towards the main building. You guys in tow if you follow.
Yeah, I follow.
Yeah.
Okay. And you make your way back to the administrative area. And Miss Keys isn't there, but once you're kind of in the area and he's asking people about it, pretty quickly people find the paperwork that she tried to generate for the situation. And it, gives you permission to leave, Rusty. But of course, there's no note of Ronya or Pew on that.
Well, I don't know that I'm leaving long term. I'm just trying to get out to go see Leo right now, like for today.
You're not actually a student who lives here?
No, I don't live here.
Oh,
No,
well,
I'm the
you
only
can,
one that
you can go.
lives
It's
here.
Sunday. We didn't think anybody would be here who didn't live here. No, it's only the students that live on campus, the boarders, that we're keeping here. But Rusty, you appear to have permission.
Yep, cool. See you later.
So,
And I
all
just-
right. So yeah, so you guys can leave. He goes down with you to let the other people at the front gates know, and you guys are allowed out. And
Okay.
it's
So I'm trying to walk pretty fast.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like really nervous energy, and I'm just like, let's just get there. We want to know.
You're short, right?
I'm short, so
Yeah.
my really fast might not be very fast for you.
So I'm much more casually keeping up.
Yeah, it's not quite so fast for you.
I don't know how tall Pew is, but I figure she'd keep pace.
Yeah, she's all right. And I sort of forgot to mention, but as you're walking, it almost seems like Ronya is even shorter than she was yesterday. Like that's, kind of a nebulous thing, but she seems really short. Like she was already really short, but man, she seems really short today. And you continue on and you get to the Walker House, which you all have seen before, if not been in. And it's a large, beautiful historic building surrounded by immaculate grounds. Doors closed. There's, you don't see any evidence that there's anybody there.
The gate or the
The
out
gate
front
is ajar. It's not like open, but it's not locked.
Well,
Oh.
I'm assuming any intercom's not going to be working,
Yeah,
but
he invited us up. We'll just tell them, whoever sees, if some servant sees us, we'll just tell them that we're here to see Lee.
Yeah, exactly. We were specifically invited, so I don't feel too bad about walking on in.
Yeah, we just roll up the old path to the big gaudy front door that I assume that they have.
Yeah, it's pretty big and gaudy.
All right, I grab the. Actually, no, I wait for Ronya to try to reach up to grab the knocker on the door. That's up at like 6 feet high.
It's okay, sure. It's a really high
6
knocker.
feet high. That's a really high knocker.
Yeah, I've never heard of a knocker
5 or
so
6 feet
tall.
high sometimes. Yeah, they're up at like eye level sometimes.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
it's a really tall knocker. And Ronya, it's pretty hard for you to reach if you're going to try.
I mean, I've never been here before, so I don't really have any basis of comparison. But I've been like, that is a ridiculously high knocker. Why don't you knock?
Yeah, just to reach up and like hammer on the knocker a handful of times.
Okay. James, you are hanging out in the house. Now, of course, you've started to eat. And you hear the knocker knock. And you know that there are very few servants in the house right now, that it's very bare bones staff. It's pretty much just you, Leo, and a couple of other people.
Has he told me anything?
That's a good point. He has mentioned that he invited some people over that you guys are going to work together with to help develop their abilities and help on this quest that he has.
Okay.
So-
I guess I will go answer the door.
Okay. So I don't know what you look like. So you open the door, describe yourself, and everybody describe yourselves to each other.
Okay, I'm really short, petite, blonde, big blue eyes, kind of picture of sort of conventional beauty. and which has helped me a lot because I'm pretty awkward, but a lot of people seem to like me quite a lot anyway, just because I'm cute. And yeah.
I am little taller than average, so like just about 6 foot tall, dark hair, pretty skinny
Okay.
guy. Yeah.
And Pew is also there, and she is a little short, but not significantly so. And she looks like she's probably of Chinese heritage. I'm not sure about the length of her hair, but
Okay. Moderately tall, fairly muscular, reasonably good looking. Just because I have high charisma stat, I have no other way to explain it. But I'm not exactly a nice person. So I heard you're knocking. Yeah, I apologize for that intercom being out. We'll get that fixed. I know it will happen. But come on in.
all right. So while you guys
All right.
are, sort of, so the door's open, and you're in just this huge, opulent foyer area that looks like it could be, sort of the entry to, like, they had balls here, in the past. And it's like got marble, and it's just way overdone opulent. And as you guys are entering, Leo steps in from one of the side rooms, and he just looks completely like he looked out of place at school. He looks way more out of place in his house because he's still, dressed in like a black leather jacket, black leather pants, black riding boots. He looks completely foreign in his house, and he looks super uncomfortable too, like kind of like he did yesterday when you saw him. And he comes in. Yeah, and he's oh, yes, thank you, James. I see you've met James. James, this is Ronya
Yes.
and Rusty
Yep.
and Pew.
Okay.
And they're the ones I told you about that are going to be helping us. I hope, or we're going to be helping them, if that's what they're here for. Whatever they need, we're here to help them. James is a friend. I hope that I picked up, not picked up, but that we met a few weeks ago, and he has been working with me to develop his abilities. He's another, I feel like special is the wrong word, but I don't know what word to use. Another person that seems to have abilities. And so I thought that he would be helpful to train, or whatever it is that we can do to help you guys develop yours. And yes, he's here. He's a lovely man. Also, he might, if you decide to undertake the mission, he might be there to help you.
Well, you
Alright.
said you could give us some more answers about, what you said makes us special or whatever it is. I just want to know more about what's going on. So here we are.
Of course. I unfortunately I told you most of what I know yesterday. That there seems to be a theory that I ascribe to, that whatever this is magic coming back in force, and that perhaps magic and technology cannot exist at the same time, and that each of you has the ability to see me, which I don't know, but I assume makes you special. But we'll have to discover how together. I don't know much. I hope I didn't give you the impression that I do. I know what I know, and I want to help, and I would like your help.
I just kind of look around other people's reactions.
Pew's looking pretty skeptical, but you know, it's Pew.
Yeah. So, how do we figure out what we're special at?
Well, I thought perhaps this worked with James. It's not terribly pleasant. But if we upset you in some way, maybe something will come out. Or I don't know, if something is very important, perhaps that would help. Or just try things. And see if there's anything you're particularly good at. Ronia, sorry, side note, did you tell Leo that you could make phones float?
Yes.
I think you did.
Yeah, she showed him.
Yeah. We know that you can make things float. Have any of you discovered anything else in the meantime?
No.
All right.
I haven't figured anything out yet.
What about James? You said he knows what's about himself.
Yes, James is special. James, tell them what you've discovered, because it's fascinating and amazing. So basically everything that you know for your level 1, you have figured out.
Okay. I can detect some of the weird creatures that have been showing up, even if I can't actually see them. And I can heal people with a touch.
Which is amazing.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. And the whole time this is happening, I'm just like looking at all the different like opulent and decorative things around the house, like just eyeing it and talking to them while not looking at anyone, because I'm just ogling
Casing
all
the
fancy
joint.
rich people. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Leo doesn't seem remotely perturbed by this.
It's like,
really
I mean,
used to
it's
it.
probably by far the biggest, like fanciest house I've ever been in, I imagine. So
Yeah.
Hey, James, when you say you detect creatures, what are you talking about? Because I haven't seen any creatures, and you're kind of freaking me out.
Oh, yes, that's another thing. I might have forgotten to tell you. There seem to be creatures coming out. I haven't seen many. James and I saw a couple, but magical or mythological, something that
Are they good?
some may be. For all I know, you're all creatures that are learning your abilities.
I'm a creature. I've been around here my whole life.
humans are creatures technically.
Oh, if you want to argue, I'm
that's
not
what
some
I do.
monster that you. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So,
But yeah, so
yes, we've seen some strange things as we came west.
James, if you think you can sense them, there aren't any like sneaking up on us right now or anything, right? James? You said you could detect these creatures. There isn't anything like right around now, is there?
I concentrate for a second.
Okay. You don't sense
Nope.
anything particularly unusual.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that at least. That was really alarming to hear about.
I mean, I don't know, but I don't know that a lot is appearing in cities at this point. What we've seen has been out in the mountains, which is something to keep in mind when you go to the mountains.
Yeah.
But we
Before-
can also teach you combat. I've trained in many combat styles, and I'd be happy to share any knowledge.
When he says that, I look directly at him for the first time the whole time we've been here.
And he kind of meets your eyes and gives you like this little nod. Like, yeah, I know.
I'm just like, wait, combat? What?
Whatever we can teach you to protect yourself. I'm offering suggestions.
Well, actually, self-defense skills would be great because I'm getting more and more nervous about the things you're telling me about. And so, sure, if you've got some self-defense skills, let me know.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's I guess let's get to it.
Oh, all
Might
right
as well
then.
not waste any time.
Well, would you are you planning to stay with us here? You're more than welcome. I'm hoping that you will. And if so,
That's
would
probably-
you like to see your rooms or eat something or anything, or just right down to
I
combat?
guess let's get settled. Oh, that
Okay.
reminds me. Ronya, by the way, I broke into the practice room so you could get your guitar, but then I forgot to tell you because I was distracted. So we should head back to
Oh.
campus at some point and get your guitar,
Oh,
rather
thank
than
you,
some
that's-
random crappy one from the band room.
Thank
That's still
you,
pretty nice,
Rusty.
but-
That's very cool.
I was going to take it, but I didn't know which one was yours, and there's a bunch in there. So
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, next time we're back, let's totally grab that.
all right. So now that I've said that, then yeah, I guess let's get our rooms and then get started.
Okay. With that, I'm going to say we're going to take a little break because it's been 1.5 hours. We finally got James in. Sorry it took so long. And so if you all need to do things like go to the bathroom or get, food, drink, whatever, say like 5 minutes. Does that work for everybody? To meet back 5 minutes?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to go to a break screen, but then I'm actually going to go offline for those of you who are not talking to me via Skype. But I'll come back online and put the break screen back up. I'm just going to go offline long enough to fix the windows and stuff. So, yeah. So those of you on Skype, don't leave because I need you there to fix the window.
Okay.
All right. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Things are ready. Here's the break screen and going offline for a minute.
All right.